Today is Wednesday, the 7th of June 2023. My name is Scott Eldred. I am the assessor for Speaking and Listening Level 1. This part is going to be a short talk and discussion.
My name is Charles Prescott and I want to have a talk of why it is beneficial to own a pet. So, first point is, in terms of pests and other animals that could be a nuisance, for instance, if you had a dog or a cat, it could help catch mice, rodents, other vermin that are around. You could help keep foxes out of your gardens and overall just keep the house cleaner in terms of that aspect. And if you were to own say a lizard, as a personal experience, I have seen that insects and other bugs tend to avoid that room or just the house as much as possible when they know something like that is in there. They tend to go to other rooms or just completely leave the house. One of the other more commonly known or just better benefits from it is if you're suffering with depression or anxiety, having a pet could be a massive help. It can and has saved many people already. Even just coming home from work and seeing your dog or your cat, your pet bird, whatever pet you may want, can instantly brighten your day, make you feel better, make you feel more energized. So if you're waking up and you've got a playful puppy that wants to get out of bed, that can put a smile on your face, make you feel happier. Just overall, pets are incredibly valuable and overlooked in terms of how much benefit they give us in day-to-day life. However, there are certain issues that come with owning pets, such as, of course, until they're trained, they may end up leaving waste around the house. A dog could be a bit cheeky, a bit naughty, and rip up furniture around the house unless told not to. Pet birds tend to be a very, very big problem when it comes to leaving waste. And dogs, cats, pet birds, anything could also end up harming someone if treated incorrectly or not treated properly. There have been many cases where a dog has bit someone when treated poorly, and from my own experience, pet birds can be rather aggressive sometimes. That is the end of my talk. I would ask if you have any questions.
I want to ask, about, say if someone's allergic to animals, certain animals like cats or dogs, they have allergies to them, what do they do then? When it comes to pests and that?
I would advise, if you have an allergy, don't get the pet and try and distance yourself from them. But if you're visiting a family member, I would say just, if you need medication for it, take that with you and try to stop them from jumping up on you and getting in your face. You have a question?
Yeah, I've got a question. So how would you deal with, so if you've got a dog and as far as you're concerned, your dog is socialised, friendly, sort of clean, all of those good things. However, someone's come into the home who's absolutely terrified of pets. How do you sort of marry the two? Like, what advice could you give to them, or what would you do?
Well, if it's someone who's afraid of them, all I could say is just tell them to be relaxed around the dog, and the dog will be relaxed around you. The more fuss you make, the more fuss the animal will make.
Yeah. So you get the impression that dogs can sense if you're scared of them?
Well, they can actually pick up on chemicals in your body that will tell them your emotions. So if you're angry, they can smell that.
Yeah.
If you're unhappy, they can also smell that and will come for you if need be. But so long as you're calm, the animal will usually be calm as well.
Okay, great, thank you. So in terms of So there's obviously those people that grow up to be scared. So you would advise that young that the earlier the better to become acclimatized. So
Yeah.
in terms of like young babies, what's the sort of age group which you think would be good to introduce to pets?
I think it would be best to introduce pets around when probably ages 4 and up, because children, it's not their fault, but they tend to grab and hold on to things a lot and
Yeah.
pull stuff, and pets usually do not like to be sort of,
Pulled by its tail.
yeah, they hate when you just like grab their ears and pull them, because of course it hurts them, you know, they don't
Yeah.
like it, it's not their fault, they just react naturally how they would, they don't understand it, they don't mean harm, it's just they've been hurt and they're just wanting to go.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask as well, you know, you was talking about lizards. I wanted to ask their personalities. Are they aggressive? Are they towards certain maybe kids? Are they?
Well, they're, in terms of lizards, they actually do have quite interesting and vibrant personalities. Some lizard species don't get along with children at all. Some, on the other hand, are completely fine. Some lizards, like basilis, geckos and things along that line, they don't like children too much. They don't like people being very quick, very fast, very loud. They prefer when you're slow, quiet, just relaxed around them. While bearded dragons are more alright with that. They're more friendly, more you can handle them easily. But then things like green lizards, stuff like that, bigger ones, some of them can be quite aggressive. They tend to whip you with their tail a lot and can be quite rude, and they do tend to bite a lot, or like just sort of nip at you. Some of them can just do it without warning. You can put your hand in their tank, not even touch them, and then they bite you.
Are there specific animals that you would recommend, and then in the same vein, are there animals that you wouldn't recommend to be kept as house pets? So obviously,
I wouldn't.
wild animals we know, but just
Dogs and cats, of course, have been domesticated for so long. We're great pets. Birds can be tricky. They're a lot more maintenance and they're a lot louder than dogs because they're more wild, more feral, as you say. Lizards are all right, but the species depends heavily. I do not think spiders or anything that's venomous should be kept as a pet, due to all it takes is one bite and could be fatal. While on the other hand, things that aren't, if you get bit by a lizard, it'll hurt, but you're more likely to survive.
great.
Any other questions or?
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.